our hero, Zakir Naik. You heard of this guy, AP?
Who?
Zakir Naik. Look at
Never
this. This channel, keep in mind, guys, he's a medical doctor. This channel has surpassed 3 million subscribers.
Alhamdulillah. He also has to tell you that, so you know. So we all know how many subscribers it has. We have to know it always.
Yeah, he reminds us that he has 3 million subscribers, and it's all praise to Allah. So keep in mind, he's praising Allah for his 3 million plus subscribers. And we can look down a little bit. We can see he's actually got close to 4 million. Is he going to see 4 million? No. I predict he will not see 4 million.
I mean, he is at the end of his life, very much. Yeah.
Keep in mind, guys, if you have 3.85 million, I mean, 4 million is right around the corner. How's this guy going to get to 4 million? I mean, it could happen based on, I don't know, they could hire people or buy some subscribers or something like that. But I don't know how you're ever going to cross that 4 million mark when here's how your videos are doing. So keep in mind, 17 hours ago, he posted, why do the Muslims and Christians not unite on what is common, blah, blah, blah. 5.3 thousand. And that is a very good start for him. That's a good start for one of his recent videos. Look at it. So check out all his recent videos. 5.3 thousand, 3.2 thousand, 7,600, 3.4, 4.3, 2.7. Guys, keep in mind, if you have a channel that with like 10 or 20 or 30,000 subscribers and so on, these would be fine. These numbers would be fine here. When you have 4 million subscribers, that's 4 million people who at some point liked your stuff so much that they subscribed to your channel and were watching your videos at some point. If you have 4 million subscribers and you can barely get 4,000 views, that means that like what, 1/10 on average, 1/10 of 1% of your subscribers are actually watching your videos. 5.3 thousand, 3.2 thousand, 7.6, 3.4, 4.3, 2.7, 3.6, 2.6, 4,200, 2,400, 2,500. Oh, 16,000. That's a record. So 5 days ago, was Persia forced to accept Islam? Dr. Naik. So that apparently caught some interest. Let me give you some advice, Zakir Naik. If you said something that got people's attention, do more stuff about Persia.
Plus, it would probably have gotten more if he named it Iran, not Persia, I would say.
Yeah, that would have been a good idea. 2,700, 1,600, 77. What's the record so far? It was 1,600, 16,000. Nope. Now we have 17,000. Why did the Jews want to kill Jesus, and who was his substitute on the cross? That's actually good. Man, we might want to watch a couple of these short videos.
Well, that didn't get the attention.
So that's his record of a bunch of recent videos we've looked at. 17,000. Let's see how far. Let's see how far we need to go to get to something that breaks the 20,000 mark. We'll scroll down and break the 20,000 mark, and then we'll call that a day for Zakir Naik. 2,900 guys. In the meantime, try to think, and we'll ask you in the chat why Zakir Naik's channel is dying like this. A guy who once got millions of views is having trouble breaking 20,000. We haven't even seen a recent video with 20,000. We'll scroll down until we find one. So 17,000, 2,900, 3,700, 5,400, 1,200, 5,600, 3,100, 3,500, 44. Gosh, I was assuming it was going to be somewhere down here. 7,100, 3,600, 10,000, 3,300, 18,000. Getting close. Ooh, LGBT. Hey, Zakir Naik, take note. Persia, and AP was right, better to title it Iran. Iran and LGBT issues got you a significant boost over other recent videos. Trying to help you here.
Yes, you need to talk more about gay stuff.
Yeah.
Zakir Naik.
Yeah, bet you'd love that. 3,800, 10,000, 34. Gosh, I really thought I was going to scroll down a couple more lines. I was going to see 20,000. 82, 32, 33, 85, 8,400, 2,800, 5,200, 35. Does he not have anything that broke 20,000? We're at 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, 3,000 views, 3,400, 4,000, 2,400, 6,300, 3,500. Gosh, and this is a big year from Islam. Stuff's going on with Islam all over the world. This would be a time for him to regain his popularity. 4,330. Now, I don't even know if we could do this because I don't know how far this is going to go. So where are we at? 2,800, 2,300, 3,800, 39. I had no clue. I'm not joking. I had no clue it was going to be this bad. Because I was just looking at a couple of his recent videos. 1.3, gosh, a month ago. 1.3 thousand. 1,000? 3,800, 3,100, 2,100, 3,000. Okay, now I'm getting creeped out. I don't know if we can keep going. All right. Guys, how many dozens of videos do we need to scroll through to find a video where a guy with almost 4 million subscribers gets just 20,000 views? That's all I'm looking for. Something where he reached 20,000 views.
This stream is just bullying Zakir Naik.
I'm about to give up 834 views. He didn't break 1,000 on that. He literally didn't break 1,000 views on that video. Oh my goodness, guys, this is bad. This is bad. Did I miss something here? 730 views on a Ramadan video? I can't. I mean, I'm still assuming that something, because I want to stop. I don't want to go on for like 40 minutes doing this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, dudes. I'm about to give up. I'm going to go for like another 10 or 15 seconds, and then I'm giving up finding a video. It's actually gotten, I mean, it's getting worse. Like you go farther back, 1,200, 1,400, 2,500. Now he's not even breaking 10. How is this considered the greatest da'i of all time?
Ooh, David, I'm looking at something very interesting right now.
What?
So there's this website, Social Blade.
Uh-huh.
I'm looking at that right now.
Yep.
And looking at the view counts per day and subscriber counts per day. And I'm comparing his channel to my channel and to your channel, and he's like, he's doing extremely poor.
Really?
Extremely poor.
I mean, dude, I'm at like videos from 2 months ago. So these videos have been up 2 months, and it's like Ramadan videos and stuff. Fasting during pregnancy and lactation. Dr. Zakir Naik. Seems like there would be some people with that question. 2,700. Now it's becoming an addiction, dude. Now I'm getting like the spinning thing dude, I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Guys, this is pathetic. I'll say it again. If you have 20,000, 30,000 subscribers or something like that, and you get, look, there's a big one. Dr. Zakir Naik's reply to the question, do you believe in the Bible? 16,000. A lady accepts Islam after the lecture. Keep it when he used to post a video, a lady accepts Islam, a woman accepts Islam after he lies to her and fills her head with a bunch of nonsense. They used to get hundreds of thousands, if not millions. Now 17,000. People just don't care about this dude anymore. Anyway, you won't hear this much in my life, ladies and gentlemen, but I give up. We've scrolled through what? 150 videos or so like that. We can't find one where he even broke 20,000 views. Zakir Naik is apparently now incapable. He's incapable of generating a video where he achieves 20,000 views. The vast majority of those videos were like 2,000 or 3,000. Some of them didn't even break 1,000. This is the guy 10 years ago that said, this is the guy that 10 years ago that all Muslims around the world were saying everyone's scared of him. He's overpowered us. We're all running from him. We're all asking on what planet? Everyone has challenged this guy to debate. He won't touch anyone. He won't go near anyone. He did like 2 debates like 20 some years ago against people that no one had ever heard of. And then he convinced his followers that he had defeated Christianity's greatest debaters. And his dumb followers were so dumb. They don't, I mean, keep in mind, to be fair, like if you were talking about a debater in like India, I wouldn't know the difference between that guy in India and some other, and a great debater in India. I wouldn't know because I'm not familiar with stuff that goes on out there. So it's probably similar for his fans out there. They don't know the difference between, some pastor from a church or William Lane Craig. They don't know the difference. So if he's saying, yeah, I took on their best and so on, then they think, oh, he took on their best and defeated them. And so he took on 2 people that no one had ever heard of. And then he backed down from every debate challenge ever and just said, "You're not good enough for me. You're not up to my level." It's like, we don't know what your level is until we see you face an actual debater. And the request has been simple from me for years: just debate one actual Christian debater, one experienced Christian debater at one point in your entire career. Don't care who it is. Don't care who it is. Don't care what background. Just an actual experienced Christian debater, someone who's done 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 debates. Zakir Naik, as far as I'm aware, has done like 2 or 3. So we'll just never know. And now he's at the end. And now, I mean, if he debated now, like, who would even care? No one cares about him anymore. So AP, you have any theories on why no one cares about Zakir Naik at all anymore? When just you go back like 10 years, he was like the all-time gold standard. I don't even mean in our lifetimes. He's like the all-time GOAT, the legend, the greatest who ever did it. Everyone's terrified of him. Everyone's running from him. And now no one cares about him. What, you have any theories on this?
Well, I must say personally, if I was a Muslim myself, religious, I would not watch Zakir Naik right now. He had an audience. He had something going for him when there were no others, when the internet wasn't really used very widely by everyone, like democratically, you could say, to go online and share your perspectives, where only a select few people were almost in an elite way becoming the Muslim apologists and Muslim preachers. Then he was the favorite. He was the favorite then, but he doesn't have anything of quality that is very much appreciated if you just leave it to the people themselves or to the culture. He doesn't have a good way of talking. His speeches are awful. You can hardly understand him much of the time. You need subtitles, you need captions for whenever he speaks. His arguments are absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. I mean, I haven't heard a single actually challenging a good argument from him, and I've heard good arguments, somewhat good arguments from different people who have much smaller channels, but who are slowly growing. Younger YouTubers, younger Dawah people who are going online and who are presenting different arguments for Islam and for for God, for theism, against different religions, and so on. People are actually coming up with interesting arguments and have a way of discussing these arguments with other people, laying them down, responding to others, and so on, engaging with people in general. Having a way of just appealing to the regular person. Zakir Naik is not one of those. He had his popularity when nobody else could become popular, but now it's basically over. He sounds ridiculous, and his arguments are ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, and I think it's a combination of factors. So some of what you just talked about. Why I think it's really interesting. It was like 2007 or 2008. So it was a little while over after Nabil became a Christian. That might have been like 2006. That's when we started debating. But back then, I remember I bought I went online and bought the Zakir Naik debate collection because I'd assumed he'd been debating. He'd been doing tons of debates for years. So I bought the Zakir Naik debate collection because I wanted to see what arguments were the best from Islam's top guy. And I was told he's the guy. And so I bought it, and it was it said collection of 10 DVDs. And it's like, cool. And I got it. 2 of them were debates, which again are the only 2 debates I've ever seen him do. And the rest were just his lectures where he does some Q&A at the end. And I was like, wait, you're counting those as debates? That's part of your debate collection, is you giving a talk and then taking some Q&A at the end? So I started wondering, I started looking around, like, who is this guy debating and so on. Anyway, that's back around the same time when I found out. So Nabil was a new Christian. We'd been asking people about doing some debates, and we found out how the process works. How the process worked back then was you would go to a Muslim organization like the Muslim Students Association or something like that and say, we want to have a debate with a Muslim debater. Then they would pick their Muslim debater, and they're going to pick Shabir Ali or Jamal Badawi or something like that, someone who's kind of handpicked for a Western audience. And then they were going to get back to you and they're going to say, okay, so our debater is going to be Shabir Ali or Jamal Badawi or someone like that. And here are the topics that they're willing to debate. Did Jesus die on the cross? Did Jesus rise from the dead? Is Jesus God? Is the Trinity true? Is the Bible the Word of God? One of those topics, take your pick. And the Muslim organization would tell you if your speaker at any point criticizes Muhammad or the Quran, the entire Muslim audience is going to get up and leave. So just don't criticize Muhammad or the Quran during this debate. And then they would proceed with the debate. And Christians would go along with that. Christians would go along with that stuff. And we're sitting there thinking, we're putting all the power in their hands to control the topics and control the speakers and control what's allowed to be said. Why are we doing that? I said, we need to change that. And besides that, you've got Shabir Ali. The Muslims we talk to behave very differently from the way Shabir Ali behaves. They react very differently from the way Shabir Ali reacts. They defend things completely differently from the way Shabir acts. So why don't we find someone that actually lines up with them, with the people, with the Muslims we know personally, with the Muslims we run into online? Why don't we pick people who are more like that? And so the goal back then became, well, instead of us going to the Muslim organization, we'll announce it online. Hey, we are looking for a Muslim who's willing to defend Muhammad on this point. Something like that. Anyway, started having tons of debates, not with Zakir Naik. He wasn't willing to debate Muhammad. Not with Shabir Ali. He wasn't going to debate Muhammad. But you could find Muslims and Dawah guys and so on who are willing to defend Muhammad on various points and stuff. So we said, okay, we'll just do that. And the goal was, over time, you'll replace this hand-picked Muslim Dawah guys who are hand-picked by organizations, Muslim organizations, specifically because they are more appealing to a Western audience. What happens if we get the guys who will actually defend Muhammad? What happens? And you look, here we are. And so everyone's played a role. All the Christian apologists, bunch of the atheists, everyone played a role in sort of snowballing this over time. In that now, guess what? Guess what's happened? All the traditional guys, no one pays attention to them anymore, and it's all these chest-thumping young guys. Why? The previous generation has been replaced by people who are thumping their chest. We strong, and it's like, gosh, that's exactly. It's just fun thinking, hey, back in 2006, 2007, sitting there thinking, hey, in order to fix this big problem, here's what needs to happen. And then it ends up being what happens exactly. Like they've all been replaced and no one cares about Zakir Naik anymore.